Hello and thanks for joining us from our studios in Israel. I'm Aaron Porras here with ILTV's Morning Brief.
Sirens are sounding across the heavily fortified Green Zone in Baghdad, Iraq, as 3 rockets land nearby the United States Embassy and Iraqi government building. Some injuries to civilians have been reported in the Iran-backed Hezbollah attack. This comes practically right on cue, though, as this is the 14th such rocket attack against U.S. installations in Iraq in the past 8 weeks. And it comes amidst warnings of reprisals from Iran and Iranian proxies like Hezbollah over the killing of Quds Force commander General Qasem Soleimani. U.S. President Donald Trump, on the other hand, is doubling down, threatening to impose sanctions like never before and to even potentially target Iranian cultural sites, which his administration has warned would constitute war crimes. Meanwhile, Iran has replaced Soleimani with the appointment of Esmail Ghana, who is vowing to avenge his predecessor. And speaking to Iranian state TV, he says Haifa and Tel Aviv in Israel may be the next targets. Well, Israel is taking very seriously Iran's threats against the state, and the Security Cabinet has been discussing possible consequences of Soleimani's assassination, in particular those from Iranian proxy Hezbollah in Lebanon and Syria. Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah has been advocating for the retaliation against U.S. posts and their allies like Israel too. But still, support overall from Israeli officials regarding the killing of Soleimani has been positive, and Netanyahu has been reiterating the support since the drone strike occurred.
קאסם סולימאני הביא למותם של אזרחים אמריקנים רבים וחפים מפשע רבים נוספים במהלך עשרות השנים האחרונות וגם בימים אלה. סולימאני יזם, תכנן וביצע פיגועי טרור רבים ברחבי המזרח התיכון וגם מעבר לו. הנשיא טראמפ ראוי לכל הערכה על שפעל בנחישות, בעוצמה ובמהירות. ואני רוצה להבהיר שוב שישראל עומדת לחלוטין לצידה של ארצות הברית למאבקה הצודק, לביטחון, לשלום ולהגנה עצמית.
The Israeli military has just released a report revealing that 2019 was the most violent year for Israel since the last Gaza war. In 2019 alone, there were almost 1,300 documented rocket attacks from the Gaza Strip, the highest number of rockets launched at Israeli communities since 2014. And about 730 of them landed in open areas, while another 480 were shot down by the Iron Dome defense system, which means that 85% of all the rockets launched at Israeli territory did not cause death. Now, despite the rise in rocket launches, acts of Palestinian terrorism are apparently on the decline. 2 IDF soldiers were killed in 2019 by terrorist activity, and another 11 were wounded. Molotov cocktail attacks also decreased threefold to just 290 incidents. Only 19 shooting incidents were documented, and the number of Palestinians arrested in the West Bank also declined by 30%. But now turning to the north, the IDF says that it carried out 54 attacks on targets on the Syrian front throughout all of 2019. The Israeli Air Force has also recorded one of its busiest years, with over 1,800 combat deployments, over 600 operational helicopter deployments, and over 900 transport missions. The Israeli Air Force evacuated almost 160 people wounded in 213 rescue missions, most of which were civilians too. Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu has now officially named his replacements for his 3 remaining ministry portfolios that he's been forced to resign from following indictments of criminal charges. Netanyahu was minister of 5 different posts in addition to being prime minister until as late as the summer of 2019. But he's been slowly giving them up, starting with giving the foreign ministry to Israel Katz, and then promoting Deputy Health Minister Yaakov Litzman to full Minister of Health. And now he's named Likud loyalists David Bitan and Tzipi Otoveli, as well as Shas MK Yitzhak Cohen to be Agriculture Minister, Minister of Diaspora Affairs, and Housing Minister, respectively. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Netanyahu's requested immunity may be already at risk, as rival party Blue and White is pushing for quicker deliberations. The faction headed by Benny Gantz says that it has presented Knesset Speaker Yuli Edelstein with letters representing at least 65 MKs, all in support of immediately establishing a committee to rule on the Prime Minister's immunity from trial while in office.
That's all for now, but for more news from Israel, remember to like ILTV on Facebook and on Instagram, and to subscribe to us on YouTube. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you later with our main daily broadcast from Israel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time.